Hey folks, it's been snowing for probably 36 hours. It's supposed to continue for another 12. We have, with snow drifts, over 1.5 feet in some places. I'm gonna go snow blow for the second time, do some more shoveling, clean off our cars again, and then I'm gonna head inside and talk about what's happened over the last few days a little bit. Well, it certainly seems like the 2019 metal detecting season is over with. You know, living in New England, we have the opportunity to find lots of old colonial stuff, but we also have some pretty harsh winters, so we have to take the good with the bad. The last vlog, I promised I would show this flintlock plate all finished up, and here it is, oiled and preserved, ready for the collection. And I'm so excited that we can actually read a manufacturer off this and get a date. It's gonna look great, alongside my other gun parts I found over the years. I also wanted to mention too, you know, I filmed the trip where I found this, invited by my friend Ed out on the east side of Vermont, and he also filmed that day, and he has the video of that on his YouTube channel already posted, so you can go down to the description of this video and there'll be a link there where you can go check that out. It was a great day. People have been asking for a while about these handmade ceramic mugs that I've offered in the past. Now you can go direct to the Potter's Etsy webpage and you can buy them direct for her. You can choose the glaze colors. She has a couple different designs modeled off colonial steins. Again, I'll put the link to her Etsy page in the description of this video, or you can just go to my webpage, which is gmmd.us, and there'll be links to her page from there as well. And you know, I've been asked again for a while about if I have a Facebook page for Green Mountain Metal Detecting, and I haven't until now. I just created one. You can head over to facebook.com/Green Mountain Metal Detecting. Again, all of these links will be in the description of this video. You can head on over there and join the community. So I'm going to wait for it to stop snowing, and then I'll do the final cleanup. And as I mentioned again in the last vlog, Black Friday hit me pretty hard with the microphone business. I don't think a whole lot is going to be happening within the next week probably, besides me just sitting here and soldering for 8 hours a day. So we'll probably pick this up next week or later this week. Looking good, kid. So, Becca's father gave us how many pounds? Many pounds.
I think like 25 pounds.
25 pounds of potatoes. We've been using them pretty good. We used a bunch for Thanksgiving, and potatoes pretty much every meal.
Potatoes, baked potatoes, potato wedges.
Every way you can imagine having potatoes. And some of them are a little gone by. Sprouting a bit. So Becca had the brilliant idea of disposing of these potatoes with something that,
Pushy ones.
with something Bentley I don't think has ever seen before. You know what we're gonna do?
No.
We're gonna use the potato gun.
Yes! Yeah, daddy!
I have to go find it in the shed. It's quite cold out and there's a lot of snow, but we're gonna
Belly, you wait for me, we'll get my coat on.
we're gonna fire off the potato cannon.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly getting comments on this, the fraying of my hat. So I thought I'd let you all in on what it's from here. Put this flashlight on my hat to bring the compost out. But today we're using it to go get the potato gun. There it is. Red, white, and blue. Stars and stripes.
You lost, Santa.
You thought I got lost?
Here are the
Well.
potatoes. Whoops.
I couldn't find the ramrod, so we got a garden fence post here.
Oh, yeah.
This, will you hold it? So what we do is cut one of these potatoes in half like this. Okay. You put it down on the ground.
How black.
Yeah. We stab the potato with this end, like this. Alright. See, it's in there. See that? Then we're going to take this and put it down quite a ways, like that far. See this thing? See that spark? See that? And now I'm going to spray this special stuff in here, Bentley.
Why?
This is called starter fluid. I'm going to spray it in here,
We'll stay way back here.
and I'm going to quickly cover it up. Here we go.
At least slipping on the snow.
Not very much. Now when I push this button on the back, hopefully we get a launch. You ready? 1. There goes my flashlight. 1, 2. Bum, bum, ba-da. So sometimes we just got to get the air fuel mixture right. So I'm going to blow some air in there. Ready, Bentley? Just heard a hit.
Did you hear it?
Bentley wanted to do a whole potato like this. Ugh. Oop, kind of missed. Maybe we'll just pack it a little bit. We'll pack it in there. Wow, that's, well, we lost a little. That's all right. All right, here we go. Spray in some starter fluid, just a little bit.
Who said it?
That was a good one.
I want to do this other one.
Yeah.
We can keep those ones. Maybe we could do it tomorrow or the next night. Does that sound okay, Bentley?
We've agreed that the neighbors are gonna get upset with us because it's kind of late.
Yeah. You did it, Dada.
Thank you,
Did
Bentley.
do it.
All right, this will be the last one. Maybe we'll try to make it the biggest one. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to go.
So I must have been 17. My uncle made these for all of the nephews. He also made us ramrods, and there was this, had a T on it, and I'd stored it in this. After an afternoon of shooting this thing off, I had this thing sealed up, and I had it like this, and I was in my bedroom in my parents' house, and I was standing here talking, and it went click, and it shot the ramrod through my ceiling, and I was lucky that I didn't have it like this. So now I store this thing without it closed up, because just the residual fuel that's in there can set this thing off. So we're gonna store it like this. Maybe it'll come out again tomorrow and shoot off the rest of those potatoes. Well, it has been a grind down here, pretty much non-stop making microphones since the big sale. You know, not a whole lot going on otherwise interesting to film for this vlog. So as I was sitting down here soldering, I was thinking about the last time I mentioned them in one of these, and there seemed to be quite a bit of interest in the comment section, just kind of wondering what it was all about, what I do for a living outside of metal detecting. So I thought that I would kind of give you the abridged version, because it is a long story, but at least spend a few minutes kind of talking about what the deal is. Growing up, I was always very involved in music. I was a musician, playing guitar mostly and doing some singing, and my dream was always to kind of be on the other side in a recording studio, pushing the buttons and working with musicians. When I went to college for music, I was lucky enough to get an internship at a recording studio, and then later on I worked there as an employee, which was the dream realized. I was very lucky they allowed me to record my own music in that studio, but I also wanted to kind of be able to do stuff at home as well, and being just out of college, Becca and I purchased a home fairly young, so I was pretty broke, and I didn't have the money to buy, you know, like 10 microphones to mic up a drum set. So I was always on the lookout at antique shops and thrift shops for microphones that I could buy for cheap. One of these times I picked up this like 1930s static microphone, brought it home, excited to plug it in, and it didn't work. It was broken. I brought it to the main recording studio's tech guy, who is probably the smartest person I know when it comes to electronics and music gear specifically, and he said it couldn't be saved, but what you could do is just create a completely new circuit inside the body, and it would be like a new microphone, which blew my mind. You know, I had never considered making something from scratch like that. And with his help, reading some books, doing some online research, talking to some other folks which are very knowledgeable in this stuff, I created some new life for this old microphone. And then it worked out so well, I went on to start creating my own from scratch little microphones in these little silver capsules. I made a bunch of them, and I was able to record music as I wanted to at home. Time went on. I was shooting guns with Eddie, shotguns, and I had one of these in my coat pocket. We were done shooting, target shooting, and we were picking up our shotgun shells. I put everything in my pocket. I got home, and one of the microphone had been lodged into the end of one of these shotgun shells. And I looked at it and I was like, holy smokes, that's kind of cool. That evening, I figured out all of the logistics and made my first little microphone inside a shotgun shell. Now, there are communities online for everything. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar. There's forums and message boards for metal detecting, but there also exists forums for audio production. And I posted a picture of one of these with a short audio clip just to kind of show how cool it is. And overnight, my inbox was full of people saying, I would love to buy that. That is so unique and cool. So, okay, contacted a friend. Okay, I'll make you a quick website. What do you want to call the address? We brainstormed like in a couple minutes, 12 gauge microphones that were pretty on the nose. 12gaugemicrophones.com was created, and that was 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago. And since then, it has become my full-time job. I have multiple models of these things, mostly in shotgun shells. This was the first one. Here's another one. It's a green one. Every model is slightly different from the last, good for something different. It's kind of taken on a life of its own over the last 9 years. They've been used by Grammy-winning engineers in recording studios, on Grammy-winning musicians, many of which I'm sure you've all heard of, but that's what I do, and that's what I'm going to continue doing for the next, well, until Christmas probably. But good news, the snow is all gone. We got some 50-degree days and a bunch of rain, so you know, we may actually still be able to get out and do some more metal detecting before we're locked in for the winter. So I'm going to cross my fingers that that happens. I'm going to keep on building these microphones, and we'll see what else happens in the next week or so. So today we took a trip out to Stockbridge, Massachusetts. It's drizzling a little bit, but we're at the Naumkeag Mansion, I guess it is. It's a museum now. It was owned by a super rich lawyer in the late 1800s, and like I said, it's now a museum, and they do these events, and they're doing a Christmas one with the Christmas lights. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. We came here in October for the Pumpkin Festival, which was also amazing, but I've never really seen this many lights up on trees before. It's pretty incredible. Take a look around.
Stream.
We just in a castle house. Oh, I did penguin.
cookie so long?
Santa.
It's hard enough still photos.
Okay. He said he'd like superhero toys for
Superhero
Christmas.
toys. Huh.
Cool, huh?
I think we'll see what we can do.
That's special, huh?
Yeah. Where do you live?
Vermont.
Vermont.